Okay.
Malala mali a ho ki pe malo lele a tonga kata mo me ma ki programa i tonga world news e fefini o ate programa e fefini ko e tau ho kata pe ai programa pe mo Dr. Ray me tonga ko nga ko to ko e COVID ka ki mo ke tau kamata te tau kamata ki a tau hiva pe o ate ia ka tau hiva me ha mo e fefini Kata hana mana ko Dr. Ray ko e kamata ke tau programa e fefini
Yo.
manu malo, wa manu malo, te maka, 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 wa okay. Because the internet is unstable, Dr. Ray is still on the audio. Dr. Ray, go ahead and let's continue our health talk.
Okay. I just wanna put this song. I know it's not Tongan, it's Samoa. The song. The story of this song. The old lady, she was so sick, and she near to die, and she prayed to God all the night to the morning. And God healed her. So she wrote the song. She wrote this word. Actually, that's her prayer. This word, that's her prayer. And her son take this prayer and
put
make
it in a
as a song, and was very famous Samoa Tongan song, and even here they play it a couple of times. But once I hear it and I hear the story behind, I love the song, even if I don't understand the meaning, but I translate the word, because they have English version. It's a very powerful word. And I started from here. Our God, He is the main healer to us. And this is number one. Number two, as UNIBEF, we registered for all the islands, and Tonga, the heart of all the islands, and all the Pacific islands. So this will be a good thing to introduce the Tongan, that we prepare to do some work with Samoa too as well. Yes. And this will start to go island to island to the other island, because the end of the day we are one. Right. We pray to one God, and we share one Pacific. So the Pacific Ocean. And we have experience with tsunami and volcano, same as Samoa. Right. I hear that they have tsunami, I think in 2009. Right. So the end of the day, we share same experience. And when we share same experience, that means we have the same feelings. And we share the same ocean. So it's good for all of us to work one hand. Right. There is no, when we work, it's community. So there is no political, no stuff. At the end of the day, we are human. We come from one father and one mother. That's, I believe. So at the end of the day, we are one and we are equal. Right. We go back to the health, because what we face, I think, the whole Pacific Islands, they share same disease. So at the end of the day, our show, the health show, would be for all, not only for the Pacific Islanders, because I have patient in Egypt, I have patient in the Middle East, but we focus of the very high disease in the Pacific, in Tonga, Samoa, Fiji, Solomon Island, all other islands. They share the Pacific with us, and I think we share the same because we have the same gravity. Right. Hello? Yes, I can hear you, Dr. Ray. And we will continue to talk about the gravity and the frequencies.
Right.
So when we talk about gravity and frequencies, in microbiology, when we talk about virus, fungus, promatozoa, fungus, it depends about like the weather and what you have in the soil.
Okay.
So if the soil, like you have a rotten soil, that can cause by you put food there or buaka, whatever there, the soil, when the soil affected, so the whole soil will be rich in fungus. That's why we have a lot of mycetoma.
Right,
we have a
right.
lot of people easy if you have a little cut, and that will turn the whole leg or the whole hand to be infected. And that can lead to cut the leg, cut the hand. Okay, so this type of issue here, we talk about gravity and frequencies. And we talk about the soil. When the soil reach in fungus. When we talk about the gravity here, because all the islanders is the Pacific Ocean, it's all around. When we talk about the water and the salted water, okay, the gravity there is less, and the pressure too as well.
I see.
So because the pressure on the water, when we have the sun, like it's very hot, you still have the steam from the ocean, and that can give like humidity. So we have same, even a different matter where your position on the Pacific, but we deal with frequencies, with gravity and the pressure.
So I have a question right there, Dr. Ray. Do you
Yeah.
think so? After the tsunami and the eruption, did you see any change in the gravity and the frequencies in the island?
Well, I can't tell because if you like in hot weather, but what I can see so far, the sun.
The
The sun
sun.
is very, very hot.
Ah.
And I've been noticed now, I use the government water for washing. Washing dishes. I don't use the water tank at all because of the acidic still there, and the water tank need to be cleaned before you use. But when you open the water, it's like, like a boiled water. And I surprised how come the water, like it's very hot, very, very hot water. And even outside, we don't have, like even before when we have the hot weather, the government water, like you open it like for a couple of seconds and then the water is back to normal. But here you have to like to put like the water for 4 minutes, 5 minutes till it's cooled down. And even I told my wife there's something going on the ground. Why this water is hot? It's hot. It's very hot. It's not like boiled, but when you put your hand, you feel like you put it on when you open the heater. Okay, that's what you got. It's not warm. It's hot. I feel like there's a boiler there on the ground. Okay, so do you think it's related? Do you think it's related to the volcano? It has something to do with it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I'm telling you, when the pressure is different, that can cause this type of hot. Maybe. Okay. Frequencies. With the frequencies, it's just like because you live there, you can't feel it unless you go outside the country and come back. But when I talk about gravity, we have here a lot of people, like the majority, it's overweight. They all overweight. But they don't feel it. But when they go overseas, they can feel how heavy they are. Like the average here, like 120 to 270 kilogram. but the average around 120 to 170. That's the average.
Right.
But you don't feel like you are heavy. Okay. But once you go overseas like Australia, America, any country, they have more land there, which is the gravity will be more, not less. Now you feel like you are heavy for walking.
I see.
When we talk about gravity and the frequencies of the gravity and the pressure, you notice that when you leave the country or your city and you travel to another city, especially if this city near to the ocean or near to the water, a lot of people get sick for like 2, 3, 4 days. They feel like they catch a flu,
right?
But it's not. And then they said because the weather changed. It's not about weather change. It's about the gravity.
The gravity. Okay.
The gravity changed from point to point. Okay. This is number one. And the technology since 2000, like we have 22 years, we talk about like we take the gravity and the frequencies in a big part on our life and big part in medicine. Even when the people go to the space and they come back, they never go straight away outside. They have to go to something called the gravity equilibrium. Otherwise, they will die.
Right.
When we talk about the pressure, when people diving, each 2 meters you have to have a step. Otherwise, your lung will be exploded. Okay. Yeah. So when people dive, each 2 meters they must step, like have a break and then continue for another meter, then they continue for another meter. Otherwise, your lung can afford the pressure. So the pressure is going with the gravity. Einstein was mentioned the gravity, and he talked about the pressure in very low, but he was focusing about the gravity.
Right.
And by the gravity law is from Einstein. That's why we going to the moon, to Mars, space, to everywhere. And the new technology started in 1979, 1978 was huge study of gravity since 1960. But it take part to the health. When we talk about frequencies, the X-ray, the MRI, the CT scan, even the ultrasound, it's all about frequencies. Microwave frequencies. Your mobile is frequencies. Your TV, when you have antenna outside, it's a frequencies. Satellite frequencies. So we're dealing with a lot of frequencies, even the radio. When you put your radio on in your car, it's a frequencies.
Right.
So all these type of frequencies, we live in the universe of millions of billions of frequencies. For example, the relation between the Earth and the moon and the sun and the Mars and the other planet and the galaxy, it's all about frequencies, gravity. Our body made of frequencies. For example, with this one of my crazy idea back in 2002, when I studied the cells and the stem cells and how the gravity affect the cells to rebuild the cells. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you are 100, 120, we still can activate the cells to make the cells young. And this idea came to me in 2002. I said, here we are. In fact, if we focus on how the atom, which is the chemistry, or in fact the biochemistry inside the cells, if we activate it, there is no cells will be died. For example, what is the definition of death? You hear it every day, this person passed away, this person passed away, yeah?
Yes.
This person died. What is the definition of death? Can you tell me? What's in your mind? What is death?
For me, when somebody died, that's the completion of life. That's how I look at it. That's when that cycle of life completed, So, uh, but at the same time, uh, the Bible said that there's no, the righteous, there's no death. So,
Yeah.
meaning that for me, it's just like moving on to the next life, So that's how I look at it. But that's my opinion. I don't know. So,
Okay, I'll explain to you in science.
okay.
The definition of death in science,
Mm.
when the cells from 5 to 10 function. So when the cells 90% not functioning, that's cause death. Okay. And if you go further for the definition, because the cells is not functioning, so the blood is not circle
Right.
inside the cells and between the cells, inside and outside. So there is no blood circle, which is mean there is no oxygen.
No oxygen, okay.
Which is mean, okay, that will lead to something called gangrene. And the gangrene, when the body have gangrene, okay, for 3 days, now the gangrene, they start to make wound, and the wound will eat the body. Okay, and that's what happened when you buried someone. Okay, because the gangrene going from the toes to the head, and then start to open and the wound go in and out, eat the cells. Okay. In 2002, and I said, okay, because we have people died when the heart stopped, but the brain is still working. The brain actually take maybe 18 minutes to 1 hour to completely shut down, which is mean there is no blood circle inside. When someone drowning in the water and you bring him, okay, you still have 18 minutes. I'm talking about science now.
Yeah.
When you catch someone, you feel he died in the water, but you still have 18 minutes from his being drinking water, because no one can breathe water. So what happened? When you try to breathe, actually you drink till you can't breathe in and out. Okay? Because when you open your mouth, the water go to the stomach, the water go to the stomach, the water go to the stomach. Okay, and that's why when the people suffocated in the water, but you still have 18 minutes to save this person, to bring him, and you push in the stomach till he vomit all the water and now he can breathe. Okay? But what happened after the 18 minutes? After the 18 minutes, the brain cells start to damage because there is no oxygen go for 18 minutes. So after 18 minutes, if you success to save this guy life, he will have some of the brain damage. But you still for a good 1 hour to bring him back. It doesn't matter if he have brain damage or not, but you bring him life.
Right.
Okay? Some people, the brain stopped, but the heart is still blah, 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 blah. This can go for another 1 hour to 2 hours. That's why when someone died, we can't put definition, because if the heart is still function or the brain is still function, but the spirit left the body. Okay, but in science, because we can't see the spirit leaving the body, we said Now it's not go blood circle between the cells. And that's what I said here, and back to 2002. Well, in fact, there is no death. And when the people die, we still have a chance to make the cells functioning. Till I have in 2004, my father passed away. I did everything, and I feel this is a big lesson from God. You do your best and leave the time for me.
Right. So,
and this was a big shock because I believe in God, but at the end of the day, what I study in science, when you go for gravity, stem cells, and biotechnology, biochemistry, all this make you to make the life is better till the time go. This number one, physics. When we talk about physics here, there is nothing on the Earth or in the galaxy the speed called zero. So if you stand up, don't move, you didn't move to anywhere, but even when you sleep, your speed actually is the speed of the planet, because the planet is make circle, like they make round around. The one round take 23 hours and 59 second and 59 part of second. So at the end of the day, there is nothing called zero speed. Okay? If you drive the car and you drive 80 kilometers per hour, actually your speed, your body speed is 80. And you can notice some people, if you drive fast, their heart will be like lap, 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 lap. The heart will beat fast. Okay. Here, when you drive the car, the speed, whatever the speed of the car, that's the speed of your body.
Okay. Dr. Ray, I have a question, Dr. Ray, before we move forward from here, because I have a question about death and the frequency and the energy. My question is, so you said there's 18-minute chance of somebody to come back to life. So my question is, if somebody stopped breathing, and then we can apply the frequency, the ITERA machine to that one, do you think that will help circulate the blood to get the cells going back again?
Okay, here there is a couple of what make the person stop breathing. Okay. If his stomach full of water, or like if he drown in the water, you need to take the water out.
Okay.
So he can start to breathe.
Okay.
Okay, then you can use the ITER care or any type of frequencies to make the body function faster.
Okay.
To make him heal fast. Okay.
Okay.
If someone have fluid in the lung, okay, you need to drain the fluid. So to drain the fluid by some medication or by surgical. Okay. So you need to get why this person stop breathing. If the heart stop, that's mean you need to use electrical, and the electric frequencies you need a powerful. ITER care is so safe, like friendly. When you use it, it's no harm. But when someone his heart stopped, you need a pushing from a very powerful frequencies. Actually, when you talk about electricity, it's frequencies. Right. Frequencies. How fast the electron moved inside the cable from positive to negative to give you this shock.
Right. And I saw that they use in the hospital. Sometimes they give the shock to get the person come back again. I see. Okay.
Yeah, this is frequencies.
Right.
The electricity is frequencies. This the type of the power of the electrical frequencies push the heart to move. To start pumping again.
Okay.
Sorry, we have heavy raining start now.
I can hear the heavy raining right now. I can play the video right now, Dr. Ray, the frequency video.
Okay. All right.
That way we can take a break from that.
Yeah.
In 1979, the FDA approved PEMF therapy for the healing of non-union fractures. In 1998, the FDA approved PEMF therapy for urinary incontinence and muscle stimulation. In 2004, the FDA approved PEMF therapy for cervical fusion patients at high risk of non-fusion. In 2006, the FDA approved PEMF therapy for treatment of depression and anxiety. In 2011, the FDA approved PEMF therapy for treatment of brain cancer. On October 13, 2015, the FDA reclassified PEMF devices from their existing Class 3 category to a Class 2 status. And most PEMF devices that are sold today in the United States are FDA registered as wellness devices.
Hello?
Yes, Dr. Ray, go ahead.
Yeah. And I wonder why the FDA approved the PMF for treating cancer. If you, when we start the show, I talk about the definition of the death.
Right.
When there is no circle in the blood enough, so that can cause death. So what happens when people have cancers? There is no circulation there.
I see.
So by using the PMF, they put the energy, and that's to make the circulation. And this energy destroy the cancer cells and make the cells start to have the oxygen there.
Okay.
That's why it's approved for healing cancer. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, Dr. Ray, go ahead.
So when we study the cancer cells, it's our cells from our body. And it's very old cells, and it's not being destroyed. So our immune system collect all these old cells in one spot. And that's how the people start to have cysts.
I see.
For some people, bad luck, these cells come near to the vein or to the arteries. And when it's come more and more exploded, and when it's exploded, they transfer to all the body. And now we go to stage 4 cancer, when the cancer all over the body.
Right.
By using the frequencies here put energy inside the atom. So when the atoms start to move, the old cells will be destroyed by itself. That's why it's so safe. There is no damage to any other cells. Because, for example, and I give you, if you drive a car and your car speed is 80, okay? When you drive, your speed is 80. Is this will affect your body? No.
No.
So when we studied the cells, we studied the cells inside the tissue and inside organs, between normal people and sick people, between cancer people and people they don't have cancer. And in 2002, we start to take an image, a footage between how the normal cells and the cancer cells, they move.
Okay.
And when we increase the energy inside the cancer cells to make them start to act as a normal cells in this area. So what happened? We found the cancer cells is damaged, but the cells around the area is still the same, because you put the energy, like for example, if the speed of the atom in this area is 60, and you put 60, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen to the cells inside this area, but it will happen to the cancer cells. For example, when you drive a car and you open the door and you jump from the car, what happened to you?
You will die.
Yeah, because what happened, you actually, because your speed equal the speed of the car, so if you jump from the car during the driving, you will come to the ground and you will be like scrolling till your speed equal the normal speed.
Yes.
And that's what happened with the cancer cells. When we push energy inside the cancer cells can handle it, the speed. And that's why they die. They break down straight away.
So you have
So
to have
that's why,
so you have to have a faster speed than the 60, huh?
yeah.
Okay.
That's why in 2017, the FDA approved the PMF for treatment for the brain cancer.
I see. And you know, Dr. Ray, like a few weeks ago, there were like 4 Tongan passed away, 2 mothers and 2 children. They were all thrown out of the car. The speed of the car, I believe, was in the 80 to the 90, because on the highway, when you drive in the highway, it has to be around in the 80 mile per hour. But so all these people died instantly because they were all thrown out of the vehicle. So that's exactly what you were talking about. If you're thrown out, you're gonna be thrown out in the speed of the vehicle, and I believe because none of them wear a seatbelt at the back, you know. So, but that was a very sad story that happened here like a few weeks ago, you know.
But let me explain to you another story here.
Mm-hmm.
If you drive a car and your speed like 5 kilometers per hour, and you open the door and you jump, what will found? You find yourself like run. Otherwise, if you jump and stand up, you will fall off. So when you jump from the car, you will jump in the same way the car go in 5 kilometers, and you will be safe.
Right.
What I mentioned this one because some people they said, what about if I use the eye care or the PMF high, then I should or must use in this area in my body. I'm telling you, your cells still can handle it. Because if you jump from 5 kilo speed, you still can handle it. When you drive a bicycle and you jump from the bicycle, you still can run till your speed equal to your normal. Okay. So when we talk about friendly frequencies, it's so safe. Even if you use it wrong, it will not make this huge damage because we call it friendly frequencies.
Right.
Okay, like the maximum speed like 4 kilometers per hour, and you still can run. Some people, even when they exercise, their speed will be more than 4 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
Even if you walk fast, you can do 4 kilometers. You know, when you go to the treadmill in the gym,
right,
and you just walk, you can do just by normal walking 4 kilometers, less than 1 hour.
Right.
So this is what we call it's friendly frequencies. But there's other frequencies so dangerous.
Okay.
Like it's above what you can handle, like the mobile frequencies,
yes,
like 5G, 6G. These frequencies is above your body. When we do MRI, because the MRI frequencies is like 800 trailer, like 800 gauge, which is mean you can't do MRI every week. There is a limited to do MRI, maybe once in 6 months or once a year.
I see.
So that's why you will see the doctor when they order MRI, they so aware, because if you use the MRI more than usual or more than the guideline for the MRI, definitely you can get cancer.
I see.
Or you can get damage, like a nerve damage.
That's
So
why
the
it's so
frequencies
important, Dr. Ray, to have
Yeah,
the
that's
record,
why. They what?
That's why it's so important to have the documentation of the record. I'm referring to Tonga anyway. So You have to have a very good documentation of
But
the record.
X-ray,
Right.
X-ray, we call it friendly frequencies.
Okay.
But again, you can't use X-ray for newborn baby. You can't.
Right.
Because of the frequencies of the baby cells different than adult cells. See what I'm talking about? Like
right.
You can, if the baby, they just like it's very hard to do X-ray for a baby, like a newborn baby. But when like it's 4 years, 5 years, you can do X-ray. But for some cases, we need to do X-ray or CT scan or MRI for the baby if the baby they have cancer. Okay, we need to do this type of MRI or CT scan to know where the cancer and the size. You get the idea. But again, the majority you can't. You can't do MRI. Even when you use radiation or chemotherapy,
right.
They ask you if you have any kids. If you said yes, they will ask you to keep your kids away from you during the radiation or the chemotherapy. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. You know, Dr.
Why
Ray,
they said that? Because the frequencies of the radiation is high, of the chemotherapy is high.
My question, because you mentioned the cell phone. I know over here they have something to reduce the frequency on the phone to block. It's called the EMF. I'm not sure what's the EMF stands for. But I know some of them are selling that product that I used to have that to put on my phone that will help me to protect my, the frequency. So on the cell phone, I'm not sure if that's available in Tonga or not, but
no, I didn't see it in Tonga.
Okay.
I see it in Australia.
You see it in Australia, yeah.
But I tell you, if you want to understand how the frequencies of your mobile, if you go through, like open your radio, okay, and put your mobile next to the radio, and you will see like tit, 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 even if your mobile is not ringing. You will see how the radio catch the frequencies from your mobile, and you will have this sound like chit, 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 like this. That's the frequencies. Because your mobile frequency is higher than the radio. That's why the radio, if you put your tune up, you can hear the sound of your frequencies from your mobile. Have you tried this before?
No, I have not tried it before. But like I said, I only use the EMF. Is that the electric magnetic field? So, and I use that to block my to put on my phone to help reduce the radiation from the phone.
Yeah, but I'm asking anyone if he just like put his phone next to the radio.
Okay.
Okay, and put the radio on, you will see like tit, 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 this sound.
So when that sound comes, what does that mean?
That's because of the frequencies in your mobile is high. That's why we tell the people when you sleep, keep your mobile away from your body.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll be like 24/7 the frequencies. We ask the people not to put the mobile next to their heart.
Okay.
Like a lot of people put the mobile on their
the
pocket,
chest,
on their shirt or t-shirt. This is so dangerous.
Right.
For the heart.
Right.
Even people have pacemaker. We advise them to use the headphone or the earphone.
I see.
Not to make the mobile near to the pacemaker, otherwise it will affect the frequencies from the pacemaker to the heart.
Dr. Ray, I'm not sure if you shared the story or somebody else shared the story about this teenage girl. You know how unusual to have breast cancer in like the age 20 plus years, old. But what they found out, like you always said, when you see a patient, you ask questions, and the doctor of this girl did not understand why why her patient having a breast cancer in that young age. But when the question was asking to her and the habits of what she does, what the doctor found out that she always put the mobile in her bra, the breast. So that's
Yeah,
where she always put the mobile. And now they figure out this is the reason why it has to be related to having this young
no.
lady have a
This
breast
is,
cancer. Yeah.
I will tell you a secret. This is half of the reason.
Mm.
The second half of the reason, you need um, minerals or elements to make the frequencies high on the gland. For example, if she use deodorant or spray, and this spray or deodorant have aluminum dioxide or aluminum oxide, with the mobile frequencies, this 100% will cause breast cancer.
Wow.
It doesn't matter how old you are.
Right.
Okay? So when people use deodorant or spray under their arm, or they just put spray on
their body.
boobs,
Right.
and then put the mobile there, that's make the element.
Wow.
You remember when I talked about the energy inside the atom?
Right.
Will move fast. So what happened? With this type of aluminum oxide or aluminum dioxide, when we use frequencies, the aluminum electrons will move fast. And the aluminum oxide actually, it's make the lifetime of the perfume go for long.
Wow.
Like maybe 8 hours, 12 hours. So this type of activation of the deodorant or the spray with the frequencies make the aluminum atom go fast, especially it's aluminum dioxide that cause straight away breast cancer.
This is a very
part of the
important
story-
thing. Yeah.
Huh?
Go ahead,
Part
Dr.
of the
Ray.
story, yes. Part of the story, yes, because she's put hair mobile on the bra.
I mean, that's
But
what she's
the
been
other
doing every
story,
day.
I'm
That's
telling
what
you,
she's been
she
doing every
used-
day. Yeah.
Yeah. And the WHO, they put this type of law. When you go and buy perfume or deodorant, when you have a good brand, that's why it's so expensive. They don't have aluminum oxide. But if you go to get like the one $3, $4, $5, they have the aluminum oxide. In America, 99% of the product for women, they don't have this type of aluminum oxide.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay. So this number one. Number two, people, some women, they feel like there is lump come and go. Like sometimes they feel lump and sometimes it's not.
Right.
This because the bra is wrong side, maybe it's tight, or the bra have a metal.
Right. Some bra has
So
metal.
when the-
Right.
Yeah, some bras have metal.
Right.
And if you put the mobile on the bra with the metal,
Oh, wow.
again, the frequencies, it will increase the energy inside the metal.
Wow.
And this energy will have a reaction to the breast. That's
Wow.
why a lot of people, a lot of women, they have like reds around the breast,
Right.
or they start to have itchy, or they feel lump come and go.
Right.
That's because of the frequencies from the mobile and the metal inside the bra. So a lot of recommendation for people, they using the metal in the bra, again, to make the mobile away, or to buy the one with no metal.
Right.
Even if you said, okay, I will get the plastic one. Remember, plastic with the frequencies again.
Wow. So this is interesting, Dr. Ray, and very important conversation because for women out there, because cell phone, it's very everyone has cell phone. But like you mentioned earlier in our last program, I hear the rain, Dr. Ray.
Sorry, I can't hear you from the rain.
I know, I
hear
can.
the rain.
Yeah, I can hear the rain. That's a good sound. Yes. Yeah. We have 10 minutes, Dr. Ray, if you have any final saying, and I'm gonna also play the frequency video of what we're talking about tonight.
Yeah, I want to say something.
Sure.
For people they use the iter care or any type of frequencies, do not put any terpheon or any oil in your body when you use iter care. You can use coconut oil later, but not before you use iter care. Otherwise, it will from the heat.
Okay.
It will not be good. So you have to take shower.
Okay.
Okay, then use iter care. That will be the
best way to do it, huh?
iter care, yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to play that video of the iter care so people will know what we're talking about.
Presently, people and communities are facing various health crises, including the top 10 health killers. World statistics shows that 54% of the population is facing deadly consequences from these diseases. The reason why people are suffering from chronic diseases is because diseases are becoming harder to be treated with radical treatment, and it can only be alleviated or controlled with medication.
People start to pay attention to eating habits, daily exercise, and consumed various health products when they face such diseases. Most of the time, it's already too late, especially in environments that are unhealthy and polluted. When patients are suffering from these diseases, it inflicts tremendous stress, pain, and sufferings on their families or siblings, saying, therefore, we must search for the best alternative solutions to resume a normal and healthy life. All efforts should be focused on the most basic issue of a human body, cells. The core cause of most diseases is linked to cell deficiencies. Collapse of body function is caused by a weak immune system, clogged blood vessels, damaged and mutated cells, and etc. All of these are the root of serious diseases. Presenting iter care therapy device, a product to the new era in health wellness. The iter care terahertz wave frequency is found between far infrared and microwave, with a wavelength between 30 and 3,000 microns, which is the same wavelength absorbed by human cells. When cells are irradiated by terahertz frequency, it rapidly enhances energy into the human and activate inert cells. Its radiant energy is only 1/4 of sunlight and 1,000th of a mobile phone frequency. Research shows that it is completely safe for the human body absorption. The penetration of the terahertz frequency is able to reach 20 to 30 centimeters under the skin, internal organs, and bone marrow, constantly unclogging and cleansing the blood vessels and lymph in the body. Thus, simultaneously improves microcirculation, reduces coldness, reducing tumor, skin nourishment, repairs unhealthy, damaged tissues, remove necrosis, healing of internal organs, and further strengthening the cells. The principal treatment of iter care is to unclog capillaries to enhance the body and cells to function healthily. iter care therapy device integrates 3 top technologies: terahertz, quantum, and optical quartz. The crystal energy tube is its core component, is casted together with more than 100 trace elements. iter care device certification is stringent tested, inspected and certified by China Beijing Academy of Science and National Intellectual Property Right and Patent Certification and other authoritative organizations related to the device. The iter care therapy device intelligently identifies healthy and bad cells. Good cells will pass through the device's consistent frequency and temperature, and bad cells will be liquefied by the heat, which will be expelled from the body through sweat, urinary, and defecation. With preventative and protective functions against human diseases, iter care therapy device is a very effective treatment for 3 major sub-health problems: inflammations, skin disorders, and clogging. The 10 major advantages of the iter care therapy device. Number 1, the 8 extraordinary vessels of the body. Number 2, pass through the 12 main channels of the body. Number 3, scrape the toxic and harmful substances from the body. Number 4, remove superfluous things that are not part of the body. Number 5, find potential diseases using a scanning function. Number 6, unclog channels and stasis in the body. Number 7, detoxification. Number 8, regulate internal organs and immunity system. Number 9, replenish the body with yang aura energy. Number 10, repairs damaged cells and tissues. Pride International has a strong, positive, and experienced management team that is focused and committed to promote and educate terahertz technology therapy.
Okay, Dr. Ray. Are you still there, Dr. Ray? Mahalo ako mo tumay communicate me to nga Dr. Ray kako tau proklama ya ki he fefini kohono health talk pa mo Dr. Ray me to nga kako therapy kani da fake tala no fefini ko frequency ko ki misin kana na mo so ki ai ko latest technology o frequency of te lava peke te maoata ki misin kani I he maho inga paanga Amerika tong ni manoa. But at the same time, oku ko tafo ke Dr. Ray ko pioneer ia o therapy ko ni o frequency ko talme wafe mawa. That's amazing. When we came across ki he misini ko ni, we found out that Dr. Ray was one of the pioneer. I he frequency therapy. Pega daw programa ya he fini kapape ya mo nga he ho ipe mo tohi mai pe he Facebook pe mahal ke time ke ni ka to pe ta mi te fa te ato leva e ta fa malo ke ta ko to pe mo me mai he ko ni ki he ma programa o na ngalo ke mo subscribe mai pe mo join mai ke programa ko na Tonga World News mahal pe ke wikau o ga program fo te maulele toi e hu mai ai anga programa me ngai o Pasifiki ai te tau kamatak pe a programa me he kainga ha moa pe a koe e whiawhini kai ki ngata pe ai ka ke hoko tai pe maha pe to tolu he wike ai programa koe ni health talk pe mo toke tā ai mahu inga koe ni ke tau tonga e tau mo ui ka koe tā whake mea nane lawa koe kia ni nei koe frequency o ku hangai ko misin ko ni o design ia o ku but a disclaimer we have to put out ko misin ko ni o ku ikai ko misin fa faito o ni ka ko nga ko ne safe ka misin ko ni o hangai pe ha tape ha blow dryer pe ko ha me fa ta watu o ko ke hane tape ha claim for medical o ya ke misin ko ni but at the same time ko ka fo frequency ko fa tu ta maki ai ni ko he tau telefoni ai na lave ka ke to ke ta re nai ai ko 5G mo 6G o fu fa tu ta maki a pito ya po hai ka ne lau ko ne nai ona ke mohe pe ke hanga ai telefoni o tuku ho fata fata pe ko ai telefoni ke ofi ke ho mafu he fa tu ta maki a ke te koe and I also remember my kids are also reminding me the time ko to pe ko mohe pori o e tuku telefoni o fi ke te au he mohenga kai tuku pe telefoni he ki tolo ako next to the ki he mohenga ko ia e ma winga aupito o hange ka ne lau hange ko MRI ka ia he ngai frequency fa tu ta ma ke sino ko winga ko fangata tai pa pa pe ke ai guideline ai ka to ta ki la he MRI te ke ngawe aki I tau pe I he tau. Aia koe ka koe taha frequency koe ni o e Aitera kea, koe taha ia a very, very safe one. He kono ui ngā he oku, koe mea kau ngā he aki o hau ia mi he tau pe mi he sunlight pa mo sunshine. Aia koe ui ngā koe safe ai o lava pe ke ngawe aki au ke kau reka. For ki he information, ko tope, ka pate mo fia ilo mai ki he programa koe ni ai toke tā, pe he fo ki he misini koe ni, po fea fitu te ke mawate me ai. E lava ke mawate me Australia, pa pe he fo ki Tonga, ke fitu ta ki he toke tā, pe he fo ki o Tonga ane, sa te ki Australia, ka mafo ki au heni. Ka pate ke fia mawa e misin koe ni, pe ke fia mawa information fika ak mo misin koe ni, pa ke fitu ta ki mai. Ke fika telefoni, ka uan ni matolu whātaha wha, fitua waltaha. Pea, Ko ngata e tau programa ki whawhini, pia mo tala no, pia mo toketa, pia ui ngā whaku motu mai lai ne mei tonga, pia o se tau programa ki whawhini, tu awhat ka tek moto. Pia kai ki ngata ai, o ku kei hoko tai pe e mau te ke tokoni koe ki tonga, o ku papete mo sia mai ki he, o wat pe mo haina e screen koe ni, ke mo to asila koe ni, ke mo alai fuki ai, https :// givebutter.com/rebuild -tonga koe tuasila koe ke lava ke donate mai ki ai ke programa koe ni tokoni ki Tonga pea o ko mātolu o sponsor mato e Nopi as a 501c3 ma o taipe mo receipt pea koa o Emeline whaomni te koe ngatanga e tau programa ki he whiawhini o whapena e ongore lea te mea kotoa ka tek mōtolu i he whiawh koe ni pea mō mea Tonga koto ape lotu mai na etu kukilangi lotu piau lau kau aki o tua motonga kohoku tofia mo una ki he loto kotoa lotu mai lotu mai lotu mai lotu mai Tonga koto ape lotu mai Dakalave ta programa ke poni ko Emeline fa omnite o na ngala ke mo continue subscribe mai ke ta programa mo mea 12